Israel tests a new laser shield as it prepares for the next missile war with Iran, hoping to blunt the kinds of mass salvos that strained its air defenses this year. After painful failures against cluster-type munitions, Israel is now trialing a system designed to counter Iran's cluster bombs and complex missile attacks more effectively. BB's Iron Beam laser and Iron Dome interceptors are being combined in fresh Defense Ministry drills, creating a layered shield that links high-tech lasers with proven missile defenses. Is Israel saying goodbye to $3 million interceptors as it turns to cheaper laser defense after the war, betting that beams of light can do what costly missiles once did alone? Israeli forces tested the Iron Beam laser and Iron Dome interceptor together on June 29, showing they can operate side by side in real air defense drills. The exercise linked laser units and interceptor batteries in operational scenarios, letting crews practice detection, tracking and engagement with both systems at once. The drill simulated multiple threats, including swarms of drones and incoming cruise missiles, to see how the combined defense reacts under pressure. Officials said using Iron Beam with Iron Dome can also help counter rockets and some missile attacks, with the laser taking cheaper shots and interceptors backing it up. Experts note Iron Beam and Iron Dome are meant to work as one layered shield, with the laser covering close-range targets and Iron Dome handling harder or longer-range ones. Iron Beam has already reportedly shot down about 40 Hezbollah drones in late 2024, giving Israel early real-world proof of the laser's effectiveness. Israel declared Iron Beam fully operational in December 2025, making it a formal part of the country's air defense system rather than just a test project. The laser was not widely used in the 2026 Iran war because Israel only had a small number of batteries, limiting where it could be deployed in combat. Israel now plans to expand Iron Beam across its air defense network, increasing battery numbers so the laser can take on more routine interceptions. Officials say future upgrades could let Iron Beam engage ballistic missiles, pushing its role beyond drones, rockets, and cruise missiles. The United States once ran a similar airborne laser program but scrapped it in 2011 over cost and practicality, deciding the technology was not ready then. Israel argues laser technology is now far more practical, thanks to advances in power, optics, and control systems that make ground-based defense workable. Arrow missile interceptors cost about $2 to $3 million per shot, so each successful laser engagement is far cheaper once the system is in place. The 2026 Iran war revealed new dangers, including ballistic missiles carrying cluster munitions, which are harder for traditional interceptors to stop. Future tests will focus on defeating cluster warheads and complex missile attacks, using a mix of lasers and interceptors to handle larger, more intricate salvos. Tehran is standing firm as uncertainty continues to surround the future of the Doha talks. Iran has a clear message for President Trump: deliver on your commitments before seeking new negotiations. Tehran says any agreement with Washington must be based on mutual respect, not pressure. President Masoud Pezeshkian says lasting understanding can only come when both sides honor their commitments. Iran insists it will uphold the agreement, but only if the United States does the same. Pezeshkian has drawn a firm red line, saying reciprocity, not threats, must guide future relations with Washington. Amid stalled negotiations, Iran's president said any future agreement with the United States must be built on mutual respect. Pezeshkian said Tehran will honor its commitments if Washington fully complies with the terms of the agreement. In a post on X, Pezeshkian stressed that mutual understanding is a two-way street between both countries. Masoud Pezeshkian said, and I quote, "Mutual understanding is a two-way street. If the American side adheres to the agreement, we will also fulfill our commitments. Our approach to unreasonable saber-rattling and baseless threats is to rely on rationality and human dignity in decision-making and to defend decisively and fearlessly when it comes time to act," unquote. He added that Iran's response to threats will continue to be guided by rationality rather than confrontation. The remarks came as Iran and the United States continue working to implement the Pakistan-Qatar-mediated Memorandum of Understanding. Tehran says its immediate priority is implementing the current agreement rather than rushing toward a final deal. Iranian officials insist they remain committed to diplomacy, but only if it is based on justice and mutual respect. Bagay said formal talks with the United States can begin only after the 14-point memorandum is fully implemented. He also dismissed reports that Iranian and US officials would hold consultations in Doha. His comments came after President Trump suggested representatives from both sides could soon meet to discuss outstanding issues.
You know, oil prices are way down. We hit $69 today. It was higher than that prior to the denuclearization of Iran fight that we have, which we're doing very well. There'll be a meeting on that tomorrow in Doha, and they're going to Qatar. I think they've already left, or they're just about getting ready to leave. So we'll see how that goes. But we're doing very well on that front. But the meeting in Doha is going to be perhaps important, perhaps not. We're going to find out. But we're winning militarily. It's almost won militarily, I would say. And it's really very simple. It's the denuclearization of Iran. We don't want them to have a nuclear weapon, and they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. They've agreed to that, in all fairness.
We are firmly determined to reach an understanding with Oman on the arrangements for administering the Strait of Hormuz. Naturally, Oman is the other littoral state. I told the Omani authorities today that our priority is to agree on these arrangements with Oman as the other coastal state. If, for any reason, Oman is not interested in doing so, the Islamic Republic of Iran will proceed on its own. I found the Omani side to be receptive. As you saw today, Oman Foreign Minister also made a number of remarks referring to these issues. Oman also supports taking part in these arrangements as a littoral state with sovereign rights, so that the Strait of Hormuz is no longer managed as it was in the past, and that fees should be collected in return for the services provided. We will not allow any country to interfere in the mine clearance process in the Strait of Hormuz, not France, nor, at this temporary stage, anyone else. I even told our Omani friends that if you want to clear mines on your side, let us know and we will assist you, because this is a responsibility of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Islamic Republic of Iran will determine the transit routes under these temporary conditions, and we cannot accept any other route. It is also our responsibility to provide conditions for safe passage. That is why, if vessels use other routes, we will oppose it and seek to prevent it. If anything happens to those vessels, they will bear responsibility themselves. As for reports about one of the regional countries and meetings mentioned in the media, let me also say that we have no working group meeting scheduled. Therefore, we have no negotiations taking place in Doha. Doha has been mentioned in media reports, and we have also learned through the media that some U.S. officials are apparently traveling there. That has no connection with the presence of any Iranian expert delegations in Doha.